This is what would be their final call, in fact, before the Taliban overran the government in Afghanistan, descended into chaos in that botched U.S. withdrawal. Here to react is retired U.S. Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant and Newsmax contributor Jessie Jane Duff and Project 21 member and former Trump appointee Derrick Hollie. Thank you both for joining us. And as I said, we have Bob sitting here right next to me as well. So hopefully we'll be able to get you up as well, Bob. Or you can just kind of move in next to me. Yeah. How's that?
Actually, I'm here.
All right. All of our guests are there, though. So can we go to one of our guests, Jessie Jane Duff? I'll start with you. There you are. And your thoughts on this conversation that happened, I think it was on July 23rd, in reference to this President Ghani at the time and telling him to maybe downplay or don't admit the level of what the Taliban can do.
This goes to demonstrate that this administration will lie to our faces. The president yesterday had given this press conference that stated that they weren't aware that the Taliban could move so aggressively. It happened so suddenly, but yet they were blaming President Trump for the collapse, that President Trump hadn't handled things correctly. So which one is it? Now that we know that this phone call was from last month, then they were fully aware that the Taliban was moving quickly. In fact, the Taliban started moving the moment President Biden made the announcement that we were withdrawing from Afghanistan and gave the deadline. They got aggressive from the moment it started, and this president is literally lying to the American people. I'm telling you, we're all stunned, and we are annoyed and aggravated. They have woken the sleeping tiger, the American people.
Yeah, and Derrick, we've also learned that after Afghan Ghani spoke with President Biden, he then spoke with both Milley and Austin, who reiterated what President Biden had said, using different words, but asking him to perhaps downplay the significance of the Taliban.
Yeah, I read the article and listened to parts of his training. It's very interesting, and I've said from the beginning, it just shows, it goes to the incompetency of this administration and Joe Biden. I mean, even the other network published an article today, the one that starts with a C. I'm not going to mention them on this air, but they even had to go and they showed a picture of a parade of all the weaponry, tanks, and all the technology we left behind. They had to know that this was going to happen. And again, man, I cannot believe that we left Americans behind. I cannot believe we left all that technology behind to the Taliban, an enemy, a terrorist group that we fought for over 20 years. So who knows what's going to happen right now?
Yeah, Jessie Jane called it an $83 billion parade paid for by United States taxpayers. Bob, there you are.
I don't know which camera I'm looking at here, but I wanted to get your reaction to a poll, Jessie Jane. Kind of a surprise to some folks. 39% believe that people that it matters that the country. Okay, can we bring it up? The country is going in the right direction, only that many. 51% feel that it's going in the wrong direction. Another poll from Rasmussen showing that 52%, folks, get this, 52% believe that President Biden should resign as a result of what has happened with his handling of Afghanistan.
Yeah, often there is polling data that shows that they lean towards the left, and they'll usually poll more Democrats than Republicans, determining which polling outlet is trying to get the type of desired result. Rasmussen tends to be one of the fairest of all out there. So I would just challenge that 39% that's happy with this. What kind of government are you supporting? Regardless of Democrat or Republican, you're American first. And knowing that this president has abandoned Americans over there after he promised that he would not to the American people. I will not leave any American behind. Yet he kept his promise with the Taliban and turned around and lied to the American people. This president has made this chaotic adventure the worst in the military history. And I dare to say no American mother or father is going to encourage their son or daughter to join the United States military, which I so proudly served in, when they can't trust the leadership that is leading this debacle, including those that we spoke about, and Secretary Lloyd Austin. Where are your resignations? Because if you are not speaking out against this, then this means you are for it.
Yeah, I mean, and they are now kind of pivoting, and they seem to be blaming the Americans who are still there for still being there. Victoria Nuland was asked about that today in the State Department briefing by a reporter who was aware of an American and 3 children who were there in Afghanistan, stuck and hiding. And she said, well, we're not really aware of that, as if she didn't even believe these Americans. Jessie Jane Duff and Derrick Hollie, stand by.